Hey,
Hey,
how we doing? Happy Due de Mayo on a Taco Tuesday.
is
Or
that
It's not Cinco de Mayo, so I think it's like
Due, huh? Not
Due
Dos.
that's Italian. Dos de Mayo. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Italian.
All good. Happy Tuesday, Tim. That's what I'm talking about. That's good.
We had
You
our
must have had a
tacos
good time
today.
at your party last night. It must have been a great party.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't pull up anything about that, but I'm happy to talk about what happened. It was
Good
it was a
times.
great
Yeah.
time. I
Yeah.
did share a bit on John's FOMO space today.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
About what went on there, because that's why I felt like I talked about it. I didn't want to take about it anytime tonight, but yeah, what a great time. The event was well attended, as they usually are, probably about 80 people in the house, and it was a high level discussion from the what do they call him, the project manager at Coinbase Asset Management, which
Oh,
is home base is in Stamford, Connecticut, and
maybe.
super knowledgeable
Will be.
guy. Well, they're still there for the time being. He wasn't one of the ones, but yeah, as I said, one of the conversations I had with a couple people is that some of these funds and crypto people are moving offshores.
Yes.
So this one guy I talked to was like, "Oh yeah, my company's moving to Dubai because we want to be in a very crypto friendly area."
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you want
So
to guess over here, man? Battling these, all these different ideas. They're ridiculous. And then getting
yeah.
called and have to come in to explain yourself, get lawyers, all that stuff, man. That's no good. Yep.
Well, when we saw the testimony, we made fun of the testimony last week. When they don't know from one year to the next what they call it, it's
Right.
pretty hard to play the game when the guys at the top of the chain don't even know what to call it or what's it, and they're
Yeah.
not even saying that they're friendly. They're like, we don't know if it's commodity, we don't know if it's security. We depends on which way the wind is blowing or who's donating to their campaign, I guess.
So tell everybody that's what you said. It's a little crypto Mondays. It's like a IRL. You got a lot of people there. You go
Yeah,
to
if
the
you're
restaurant.
looking for places to go and talk crypto with real people, there's a big string of events that are run through meetup.com, I believe it is, and I get the notices through them. But the event's called Crypto Mondays, and it's just a organized theme throughout the Meetup app, so you can go on there and find one that's local to wherever you are. Whoever's watching can find a IRL event and just go and talk. This one, pardon me, is a little bit of a higher level. I've been to other events where sometimes you can sign up to speak if you have a project or you want help doing something, or if you think you want to put out a collection of stuff. They'll be a lot more engaging. This was more of a professional panel and leaders in the industry who presented to us, and that's what this one group is about. This is in Stanford, Crypto Monday, Stanford, first Monday of the month.
Yeah.
But I think FOMO has some at Santisi Brothers,
Yeah.
and they just talk, a little bit of introduction. I think John does, and then I think they're free to speak or ask questions about whatever anybody's interested in. So whether you're a beginner, and everybody there was very friendly and open about talking about what their project was or what they're thinking about, and I had some really great conversations with some people about what the monsters could do. And then I was talking to somebody else about the VC for the bees. Just really, really good time. Nice to be around a lot
Well,
of
and
like-minded
like you
people.
said, it's good to get out of your bubble and
Yeah.
talk to other folks. And it's I'm kind of encourage everybody to do that. Like you said, meetup.com. That's a cool place to kind of figure out who is talking about what you're interested in, crypto
Yep.
or whatever, blockchain, all that stuff in your local area. It's good, like you said, just to talk to what other people and what they're building or what they're a part of, what they're interested in. There's a lot going on here,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised when obviously, Tim, you know more obviously than you think you do. Like, right when you're talking to these folks, and you
I'd
kind
like
of
to
get
think so.
why.
But it also validated all the things that we talk about and are looking at when you're not inside your own circle. And of course, I did recognize a few people, so I'm getting friendly with them. But like I said, this was a higher level conversation about where Ethereum's going, what people are building on it. It wasn't just how do I get into crypto conversations.
Right.
So a lot of the stuff we talk about and where we think things might be going, once a month, or I did miss a month or two. So when I go back there and I listen to them talk, it's good to hear other opinions and to see where things are going. And we're not far off from what we talk about here. So I'm very proud of the show we put on, because we're right on track as far as I can tell.
Right on, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me get some of the chat in there. Good evening, George. Good to see you. 9 days. Oh yeah, that's right. You got 9 days, George.
9 days? Why, is it turning off or something? What's George know that I don't know?
I think he when people see that it yields out and they start doing the money calculation stuff, then it gets a little more real, Tim. Right now I don't think anybody or maybe really gets it, but it's all good. I think it does. You start seeing that even people outside, again, your ecosystem, they'll start plugging in and be like, what do you mean? You yield. What is that? I read it. I didn't know it was really good. But anyways, there you go. 47 days left for the auction. That's what Ariel says. Oh, I don't know, Ariel. Maybe, could be, right?
Can they cram in all the princesses and queens that are left in 47 days?
I don't know, man. Yeah.
I don't know either.
We'll have to see.
There's still a lot. There's still a lot left. Yeah. That would be exciting.
It is. Josh, good to see you, man. Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
You, man. All is good. There's Hatsack. They had an awesome Clicky Clickerson party. I'm going to touch on what Hatsack and Decrypting Chaos is doing too. I'm going to check out their website, show everybody, and everybody needs to get over there. And, they got awesome stories, a great site. And I think everybody, like I said, should go over there and support and, figure out what they're,
What's the name of the site, right?
Decrypting-chaos.com. Okay.
Nice.
And I'm going to go over there. You'll see it. It'll be on screen, right? All good. Will, great to see you, man. Thank you. Yes. Good. I hope all is well with you, Cheesehead Will. No cheeseheading lately, Will. No cheeseheading. Haven't seen any. It's good. Good evening, Steve. Good to see you, brother. Thank you. Happy Tuesday to you, Jason Golly. Yes, it is a great day. M2 Hat Girl. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hope all is all up in the Northwest. And Matt, thank you, sir. Good to see you, man. Yep, all is good. But what do you got? What are you doing, Tim?
We got a little bit of the usual. I'll show that off there.
Oh, look at that.
So we got the let me get this out of the way. Sorry.
I skipped that. I blew it, Tim. I forgot.
You blew it?
Yeah.
They're on for 250 straight across the board.
Pick
up a check. You gotta love it. You got an hour and 20 minutes. You don't even need fast gas right now. I'm sure last night they were going in this range. If you want, I'll click back and see what happened. 275, 250, 265, and 255. Looks like there's some people trying to bump some stuff up there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
A little bit of bidding.
I like it. And then, of course, we got this one. All the clickies working. Get 761.
Man, they have been clicking, man.
Yeah.
I've been clicking. I click when in between,
In between clicks? You're clicking in between clicks?
I am. Yes, I am.
Very cool. So I don't know, maybe what do you think the number is? Do you think it's going to change at 100,000? 80?
That would be, we would be past 100,000.
I meant $1 million.
$1 million? Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just looking at
just telling you. I'm not, calm down. I'm just telling you.
Calm. I'm just, excited.
Yes, I don't know.
The next 100,000 mark, meaning 761 to 800,000.
Yeah.
I think it's 800,000, 900,000, 1 million.
I would say $1 million. I would say a cool million.
Say $1 million.
Yeah. I don't know. The lab that's a big deal. I mean, you get to go and turn that shadow, I think, into your own traits. That's what everybody's been saying on those speculation parties too.
Yep. It's gonna be exciting news when it comes out, because I'm sure, what goes on in the lab.
I got a couple to do,
Yeah. What goes on in the lab doesn't stay in the lab, as far as I can tell.
I'll dress one up right here live on the show. Tim.
You know what's funny, Ray, is they usually do the teaser when it gets close. There's going to be another one. Like, I don't want the lab to be open and there's no hope over here. Usually this comes a day or two before. So I think when we see this, this is going to be close.
I think when you think you don't know, I think.
Thanks, Ray. It'll kill my hope here. I'm like, I want to see this tomorrow so that
That's
on
right.
Friday I could see this one.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
saw what FOMO thought he knew, but he didn't know.
FOMO knows nothing. He's
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 crazy.
he's a good guy.
He's
I'll leave it
awesome.
at
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next? Oh yeah, this is my favorite.
Oh,
The
look at that.
Monster.club. So if you go to www.themonster.club right there, you got to type in the www to get to this page.
Okay.
And I'm still working on the other membership type thing, which is
That's
cool.
on a site, huh? That's on a Google site.
This is on a Google site because
Look at
then Google will give it love, and
They will. That's
reason why I
great.
want to have two, but we'll have more functionality in the other site that I'm building. The trouble is we're almost maxed out on the amount of pins you can have on here.
Well, maybe you can double it up.
You can't double it up, right? You get locked out. So I got layers on layers, but I've maxed out a couple of layers, and there's only so many layers you can have. So
Don't worry. I'm not, this is not a battle, right? I'm just
Mhm.
saying you got where to see the /view monster, the Monster Club 2. Tim. That's all I'm saying.
What?
You would make yes.
Yeah,
all.
I could make one map for P3s, one for P2s, one for P1s.
I know. I'm just talking to you.
I could do that, but I'm going to. I'm working on a very special membership type site so that a club. It's a club, so the monsters can join the club, and then I'll be able to have more pins, and that won't be an issue. But I'm learning with the map thing. So,
I know. I'm just it's beautiful. I think it's amazing, and you got golds in there. I think if you zoom in on some, you got gold.
So obviously, greens are P3s, blues are the P2s, and if you zoom in, you could start to see there's not a whole lot, but
there's one
I know
there.
there's one.
Yonkers.
I knew there's one there.
There it is.
I was born right here.
Right there.
Yonkers is over there. Yeah, my dad went to Roosevelt High School in Yonkers.
Huh.
So anyway, yeah, that's cool. That's gold. But you could just spin around the map. Look about where you. Oh, there's a Washington one. Not DC, but it's Arlington.
Ooh, remember that? That's an amazing place. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, there's all the links, whether you're looking at a P2 or whatever you're looking at, the link to the OpenSea, so you can go and make a bid
great
or
for a military
whatever.
Monster right there, Tim. That's excellent. Wow.
That would be cool. And there's, of course, we started out with the zoom out. There's pins everywhere. And, I'm sure there's more to come. What's this one? Ironville. In West Virginia.
Yeah, that's cool.
You just stream along. What's this one? Here's another one. Millington.
You're on a green. That's not a yellow.
What? It's not a yellow.
Yeah, you missed it, man.
I missed it. See, got to zoom in. There it is.
Let's see.
New South Memphis.
Oh, that's the new one.
Bigger and better, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So Arkansas?
Yeah.
Arkansas?
Yeah, that's what they call it. So there was no question mark behind it.
Yeah. Anybody over here in Georgia like anything?
No, I think that blue one. See that blue one?
This one?
No, that's the land up there. Yeah, I'm looking at I don't know. I'm looking at some Florida ones there, Tim, too.
Florida.
Yeah.
I don't see too many golds, and I'm jumping in there.
No.
But
the St. Pete coast. Is that Clearwater? If that's Clearwater, that's an excellent one down there. See that green, the light green all the way at the coast? It says Clearwater. St. Pete, Tampa. Yeah.
Bel Air.
Oh, that's fancy too, Tim.
Fresh Prince lives there.
Well, that's the different Bel Air.
Bel Air Beach.
Yeah, very fancy.
Which would you want? The beach or just Bel Air?
Either one would be good. Yeah.
Were you looking at houses over in this area?
Down south. I'm not going to tell you exactly, but yes, I used to live there.
Because people will build. Somebody's going to snatch up your.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell nobody. Yeah, but anyways, that's where I'm from, up there, that area. I know I was born in Jersey, right? But I grew up in that area for.
You plant your flag around here?
Yeah, it would be over more. See where it says not Zephyr Hills, over. It's more inland, or Lutz. See Lutz, that blue. Try one over there, right above Tampa.
Zephyr Hills, that's like the xyloids, or
but all that whole area is nice,
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, there's plenty to choose from. So come on over www.themonster.club, and of course, you can scan the map anywhere. And then the fun one is down here.
Oh yeah, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, just
Look
a
at
bunch
them
to look at down here, waiting to find a home.
down in Antarctica.
Yeah,
Wow.
these guys are having a meeting on
Yes.
where to realm or
Yes.
something.
The kings.
The crowns.
Yes.
The crowns.
Yes.
But yeah, there's the maps. Pins everywhere. Pins everywhere. So yeah, that's cool stuff. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, they opened up
Well, that was you. You
while I was
opened.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay. That
When you were
happens.
looking at, oh, look at that.
So yeah, I got a bunch of charts. It's chart Tuesday. But I got charts and a couple stories, and then maybe a meme that you might enjoy, Ray,
Oh,
at the end here. But it says here we're nowhere near overheated, and the trend is up. Draw your own conclusions. So this is based on, I believe this is based on the Feed and Greed Index.
feed and greed. Feed and greed.
I was, yeah, meet and greet.
I got you.
But yeah, greed and fear. So when that index was notoriously low, this is what was happening. And then of course, when the greed was good, it's blue. And so we're kind of in a middle zone right now, but it's trending towards starting to turn blue and
We're in the Goldilocks
get
zone. Is
after.
that what you're saying? Goldilocks zone?
Is that what it's called?
I don't
Does
know.
he hashtag that or something? But
No.
that's a nice catchphrase. I like it.
Yes, it's the Goldilocks.
But this is this map goes way back. What happened in 1819? Was this your Mount Gox debacle?
Is that 1819?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
September of 18.
I couldn't tell you off just the top of my head, but yeah, probably something like that.
I think you usually quote something like that. Something happened. This is 2020. This must be
the pandemic.
That was the pandemic.
Pretty sure. What is that? Yep.
Just
after
that
says 2020. So no, it'd have to be back further. It doesn't matter. I mean, but it was early 20s.
Well, this is when, because this is January 2020, right?
Okay, so that is
January, February,
Yep.
March 17th is when everything went to
lockdown.
They canceled the St. Patrick's Day parade and everything crashed.
And that's what happens. That's right.
And then it crept up from there, and then what happened here, May of 2022? This is probably FTX or something like that.
That was Celsius or all that stuff. That was early June.
Any one of these things that started this turn and then just kept piling on each other. So you could have Celsius, you could have FTX, you could have China banning it or something, and now they're back. But so this is January of 23 when they're saying it was the end of the FUD era for this, and we've been on a nice projection since then.
2023 has been a good year.
That's so far so good. And here's our other guy here making a breakout move, he's saying.
Oh yeah.
So that's came to a point and now it's broken up to 29. So I think we're solid on that front as well.
Well, you got to get above. I think they always talk about the main line is around 31,000. That's a big kind of psychological, because that's where everybody was dumping, right?
Yeah.
But that is a big psychological thing where it crashed back in June, almost a year ago.
This is another one based on the fear and greed index.
Yeah.
So obviously tan and red is fear and green is positive. Yeah. So you can see that we're in the yellow past all this red stuff, which is on its way down. So we're heading back in that direction. But yeah, you get the same idea.
Oh yeah.
This one, Ray, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a new coin out. Did you mention this yesterday? Because this was yesterday's story, but I just figured.
It's kind of a little bit here and there, but it's just meme coin.
Pepe coin enters the market's top 100.
Yeah,
soaring 111%.
Yeah, there's a couple of wallets that have billions and billions of tokens. Yes.
Yeah. So they're looking for $1 out of that, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it wouldn't get that close there too. No.
But yeah, just a little bit about that since people are talking about it. But it mentioned it got through the top 100. So exciting. Congratulations.
Yes.
But then back to real life. and some real estate stuff, which I love to talk about. The high-rise, low-value commercial real estate is in for a tough year. You see this when we had the 07 through 10, debacle, banking debacle back then. This is what happened to commercial real estate, and there's a solid line following it right down.
Oh, this is us now.
This is 22, 23, right? And they're blocking out the same dotted line from 07 to 10. So we're on a trajectory for a world of pain for that. And from what I read is that most of the small to mid-sized banks are the ones that hold most of the commercial loans on these buildings. So if people aren't going back to work in the major buildings in the office space, and here you can see from this one, San Francisco office space vacancy rate 29%. So almost one third of all office space is empty in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So with this, and the landlord's not paying rent, not paying their mortgage, that's gonna, be a bad sign for the regional banks who have to refinance them, get creative, or not get their payments and then end up underwater like our friends at First Republic Bank.
Yep.
And so that's a big thing that could tip the scales from, into a much more serious recession than we're in now. Because I don't know if the government's released it that we're allowed to call it a recession yet, but it's we're in that territory, and of course I'm not gonna say the D word at all, but not good. And so here's my meme for you, Ray. You ready?
Okay, yeah. Oh, I've seen that one. That's good.
You seen this one? Yeah. First Republic Bank, and they parked the truck right outside with Janet Yellen in there. Be your own bank, buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's it. That's perfect. She should be holding that sign.
Yeah. She should be, but that was a good one. But that's what I got. But the commercial, the small to medium sized banks, and this First Republic is the second largest bank to fail ever. So
huge, man.
We are in that territory of a bad situation as far as banking goes.
If we keep staying on this path. If we keep staying on this path, yes, it's bad. And so, I don't know how many times we're going to keep going around this merry-go-round, right? We were touching on it last night with the in 1907, right? This is at least what J.P. Morgan has been going on forever, man. This is not the first merry-go-round. It's ridiculous. And finally, we have something that we can get into that they have no control of, and that's the whole idea. And it is. Went right down the great path because I got stuff of showing people what it visually looks like, the debt that this country, and this is not all gloom and doom because it shows you there's a time for change. It has to change, Tim, or it's not going to look good. And that's the beautiful part where we're all been here for 3-4 years, right? It's the whole reason. But first, I want to kind of check it out, and I appreciate it. That was good, man. Let me go over and talk about. I got a little meme. I got the little memes. There's no music to this one, but this is true trading strategy. My man, he's got the trading strategy. He's got what he wants to do, but then there's reality, right? And you'll see the two difference. There's a difference there. So here he is, and it's a beautiful day too. It's nice blue skies, and he's skilled, man.
Oh, he is good.
That's good. That's good skimboarding there. So here's here's reality, and that's what it usually works, and he's down. So he almost doesn't get out of the water. So somebody should actually go and help him. He's struggling, but that's a little funny, man. But anyways, this is what I was talking about because Hat Stacking, Decrypting Chaos, doing an awesome job over here, and everybody should check out the sites. And I know that there's a lot of people doing all kinds of different things in our community. And please, drop it on Skype or anything that I can share some of this stuff on YouTube, because these articles, the speculation, the stories, it's amazing, and it's very good, awesome, very well done. And like I said, this latest one is who is the billionaire scientist, and the story goes along, and you got it looking. Ooh, look at that! Is it Elon Musk? But very cool stuff. and I just wanted to, put it in there, then check it out. Let me go back and maybe you could drop it in there, Tim. It's decrypting-chaos with a K .com. So let me put it in here first. I'll come back.
I'll get it for you.
That's all right. I'm right here. It's already
Okay.
done. I'm just saying it's all right. I kind of I jumped over here already.
I see it. And there it is now.
Right. So entire screen. Let me get back. And then what is this? Oh, I had to touch on this story because you know what they say, especially remember when it was proof of work with Ethereum,
Mhm.
and they would always hammer it for environmental reasons, stuff like that. And they still do that with Bitcoin, Tim. But
Sure.
I had to bring this up. Bhutan, right, has been mining Bitcoin with zero emissions hydropower since Bitcoin was $5,000, Tim.
Wow.
So environmentally, there you go. You want a template? Do what Bhutan is doing. So all these things that people do to kind of FUD on things and just change the narrative. Forget all that stuff. I'm just like I said. I thought that was interesting. That there's a country right there, and it's right next to China. It is its own country, Bhutan, but it's right there next to China, and right all about Tibet. Beautiful mountains you can see in the background, but they do it all hydroelectric power. Excellent. But then let me jump over here. This is the big story, and you said you were hanging out with Coinbase head of what, development or something?
Well, no, it's called Coinbase Asset Management. So it's like their hedge fund division.
Mm.
So that's who's not Coinbase, the business of the exchange.
I got you.
So,
Okay.
but it is an arm of that company. But it's called Coinbase Asset Management. So
Right.
they're looking for assets to invest in. So they're looking at what things are coming on, what people are doing with different cryptocurrencies and exchanges and blockchains, and looking for the most efficient ways that people are capitalizing on it, and trying to help them bring that to market sooner.
Yeah.
So very cool
Well,
stuff. But yeah.
if our regulators don't stop being stupid, right?
Mhm.
This is what's happening. Coinbase launches an international exchange with Bitcoin and Ethereum perpetual futures, and that's going overseas, and that's not a good thing because
Mhm.
I know we're always like centralized versus decentralized. Well, we all know that there needs to be on ramp, exit ramps, and just the whole system needs all these different structures, right? But this is what they're thinking about doing. We touched on it before about going to London and all these other things, but the new venture follows regulatory approval from the Bermuda Monetary Authority, right? So they are looking to go other places. The Coinbase International Exchange is another step on our plans to scale globally, going broad and deep, lighting up the map. First announced May 2022. So
Oh,
last year.
they got a map too now?
Yeah, there you go. It's true. But some of this, like I said, we were reading that their main offices might, over here it says San Francisco, but they might head over to London, Tim, because of all
Yeah.
this ridiculousness. Another thing we've all remember, in Sports Illustrated, it's still going, I guess, right? But it's embracing the Ethereum network for NFT event tickets. So you're starting again, still see. We always talk about adoption and all this going, but Sports Illustrated tickets, SI tickets, announced box office a new NFT ticketing platform built on Polygon and an Ethereum scaling or a Polygon and Ethereum scaling network. The move marks the storied sports media brand's entry into primary ticket sales along its SI tickets secondary marketplace that launched in 2021. So again, this is what we've always said with NFTs. I mean, it's much more than artwork, which it can be. There's nothing wrong with it just being artwork, but there's so much more to NFTs and what they bring and the technology that you can kind of work with them. So again, just seeing more and more of these. This is too long. I was going to skip this anyway. But this is another one. Balaji, remember he made that bet, Tim?
Yeah.
So here he's talking about he paid it early. He said, "You know what? I'm just going to pay it." So I want you to listen. He did the bet and he paid more. He put 1.5 million in and said, "Forget it. This is still going to happen." So, anyways, just listen.
I just burned $1 million.
Oh,
to tell you
we're just going to the beginning. There's not 9:45 minutes, but
first I'm going to talk about the million, then the trillions. So Remember that $1 million bet from a few weeks ago? I actually settled it up front, settled it early. $500,000 to Bitcoin Core, $500,000 to Give Directly, $500,000 to Medlock. You can check those links on chain. You can read details at apologies.com/fiat. There are just some legal details to work out, but that is now done. That's provable. You can go and check it. So that takes care of the million. That's a proof of work. Now let's talk about the crypto.
Hey, the other cool thing, I mean, you see, put the little Bitly links, and I know you and I know we use that for tracking and all that kind of stuff like that. But it's awesome because obviously those are the links directly to the chain, right? And you can see that what he's saying is straight up legit, right? That's great. What's going forward, Tim? We've always talked about, with charities, all this stuff, which is really going to be, transformed because of all this transparency. And like I said, it's neat that guy can say it and prove it on the blockchain.
So the reason that I did this is I wanted to tell you in a provable way that to send a provable signal that there's something wrong in the economy. I'm not in the habit of just burning $1 million for the sake of it. There's something wrong in the economy and the state isn't telling you about it. And things could unwind very fast.
The state isn't telling you about it, Tim.
Yeah.
Get out of here. They would not do that.
And just to give you a sense of how fast, well, it was 2 days from the collapse of SVB to the government printing $300 billion. It was 2 weeks.
Did you see that?
Printing $300 billion.
No, what was that?
It was 2 weeks for $500 billion to make its way out of local banks seeking safety. It was 2 months from patient zero of the coronavirus hitting the U.S. After weeks of denial, suddenly lockdown came in March with very little warning. So just 2 months. It was 2 quarters from when Ben Bernanke said it was going to be only a mild recession in 2008 to the global.
Are we getting a pattern? You see the pattern, Tim?
Yeah.
They don't ever tell you the truth, man.
Right.
And I hope everybody, it's not groundbreaking news. But I think everybody is starting to kind of realize this. I mean, I hope there's not anything that they ever say that's truth, right?
The financial crisis being acknowledged as such in September 2008. And it was 2 years for the USSR to go from superpower to total collapse. And so in each of these cases, too slow was being too late. The thing is, right now in the economy, many things are breaking at once. Let's start with the debt ceiling. This is perhaps the most unambiguous, the one that everybody agrees on. You have markets estimating a record high probability of sovereign default for the U.S. You have former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers saying there's a 2 to 3% chance of this happening. You have journalists at the Washington Post saying, hey, just the fact that we managed to get through this in 2011 doesn't mean we're going to get through it today. And that's just the crisis that everybody acknowledges. There's also the banking crisis. So the banking crisis, Rubini is saying, basically very similar to what I've been saying, which is that most U.S. banks are technically near insolvency.
Right.
In terms of dollar value of assets held, the failed banks are already comparable to 2008. And in fact, as
it is, and we talked about it today, Tim. I mean, with inflation adjusted, the banking crisis is larger than it was back in 08, 09, 07, or whatever that, 08, 09, somewhere around there. It's crazy, right? And it's not even a blip. And we've only seen a couple banks, right? Only seen a few banks. Back then, it was a contagion. It was all kinds of stuff. But still, it seemed like only the bigger got, even larger, right? It was just got bigger, got more. So it's crazy.
This week, they passed them with 3 of the 4 largest bank failures in U.S. history happening within the last few weeks. Okay, this is not like a small thing. It's not isolated. It's not that the banking crisis is over. A Stanford study found that there's $2.2 trillion in unrealized losses in many other banks that are similarly exposed. And so, the issue is, though, if it's not just a debt ceiling crisis, not just a banking crisis, but wait, there's more. There's many more things that are breaking. So here's commercial real estate.
Yep, you just talked about, Tim.
Could be the financial crisis. Okay, 40% downturns, what they're projecting. Here's the bond crisis. So 2022 is the worst year on record for bonds in a long time. That's because the government devalued lots of bonds, and everybody holds bonds, not just banks. Bonds are seen as a safe haven. That's a bond crisis. Okay. It's not just banks that bought these bonds. And that's why in The Guardian, they're saying, is this financial crisis 2.0 where the safe haven isn't safe?
And we know what the safe haven is. And that's what's awesome is where we're at, right? Again, I mean, some of us might have Bitcoin. Some, you hear that that's always the one talked about. It's the granddaddy of them all, and it's the one that everybody floods into, right? It's the most with liquidity. People can get in and out of it, and there it is right there, 28,000. There's Bitcoin. But we also know that there's so much more over here with Ethereum, the other chains, NFTs that we're in. There's a lot over here, and it's been a great a godsend being over here and kind of building why we know all of this is happening. Because I want to touch on this because people never visually see this stuff, and I maybe you've seen this before, but I thought this was incredible. And if you've never seen or visualized the debt that this country has,
Mhm.
you need to see it because it's ridiculous. And if we don't change our ways, there's going to be an issue. And it is why you're starting to see everybody kind of head offshore, right? Because it's not good. And everything that you see is in these $100 bills, right? $100. This is one. Here's a $10,000 stack. Not that big. There you go. 10,000. That's not the. I carry that around my pocket there, Tim.
Yeah.
Even this $1 million. I mean, you could throw that in a duffel bag, right? That's not that. It's not that impressive. And then here's $100 million, right? Here's a lady. She's chilling, hanging out on her couch. So that includes the couch. And then you got a nice stack pallet over here. And,
Yep.
All together, that's $100 bills stacked as $100 million. And then this is just a visualization of 2,000 workers. This is people shoulder to shoulder. This is 2,000 people. It would take 3,500 average American, and I said these are 2,000 people to make $1 million, right? It with all them together to make $1 million, $100 million, right? And this is what $1 billion. I was even surprised that this wasn't that impressive, Tim. So you got there was 10 pallets. There you go on a couch. So there's $1 billion, and that would be a little bit difficult to carry around, right?
So if you stacked all those on top of each other, it would be 27 feet high.
Ooh, I like that.
I have a poster from high school, what $1 billion looked like. And I know it's 27 feet high.
There you go. I like it. So here's we're getting, you see it come with 1 trillion, right? And this is where you're starting to get, this is ridiculous.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because this is the White House. Everybody usually sees this, right? But they don't know all of these other wings that the White House has, right? Down here is a 747 jet, right? And it's on a football field. That's what that jet's sitting on. And that's the visualization of what that looks like. Here's the lady, right? And there's the guy standing. So these are it's a lot of pallets, man, of just 1 trillion. Yeah. Then this is the overhead, Tim. This is what it looks like overhead. Right? That's a ridiculous amount. And that's just $1 trillion, right? And we're talking, and anybody doesn't know if you've ever looked at the debt clock, we're talking $30 trillion is what is owed. And if you don't know, there's really only $1.1 trillion of physical money, right? Everything else is digital, just so you know. Right. What they want to tell you, oh, that's cryptocurrency and it's digital. Oh, yeah. Well, at least it's on a blockchain. Well, all this that we owe, here you go. And this is where this is crazy, right? So U.S. debt 2022, $30+ trillion. And these are like you said, stacked. This is stacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to get down, and then you'll see you got poor Lady Liberty, right? Sitting right there in the middle, right? These are obviously probably Twin Tower size. I don't know. But this is what 30 trillion looks like, right? And that is ridiculous. And that's why we've been talking about why things need to change. Why what we've been doing over here is so important. Why even as being in the community, telling other people about this craziness that's happening for a while now. This isn't just some happenstance of the young people or whatever this past 10 20 years. This has been going on for a very, very, very long time, and it's like the time
it's the game they've been playing. But my unfortunate realization is that what is it, almost 40% of that was created in the last 2 years.
Yes, right.
So that's like 4 or 5 of those stacks, or everything behind Lady Liberty was created in the last 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
And that's what causes the mess because they just
because there's
created
interest.
with nothing backing it.
And there's interest to this.
Yeah.
Right. This isn't, and again, this is why we talk about the Federal Reserve. That is not even a federal organization, right?
Right.
But yet that's a big portion of what we owe. I know that everybody thinks China we owe a lot, but we only owe about $1 trillion to China. That's why they've been unraveling from anything to do with the dollar, right?
Right.
Why the whole world is moving away from petrodollar and not using dollars for oil. So, again, the whole reason we do this and talk about this is because Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, everything to do, you start seeing the monsters and what they're doing. You see every monster in every city. This is why all of this stuff is necessary. I just know nobody's playing games over here, right? This is necessary. And we all talk about, we want to do something and change the world. We have the opportunity to literally change the world and get out of this prison, because this is what it looks like to me. The Statue of Liberty behind bars, right? That's what it looks like to me, because it is a financial debt prison that they built, right? So I think most people would probably agree. I think cryptocurrency and blockchain, all of the stuff, right? All of this stuff that's about to explode with technology, the artificial intelligence, all the quantum computing, all of this stuff. It's going to make a big, huge change, man. And if our stupid politicians don't stop pushing this innovation offshore, we need to start standing up. And again, that's why we keep showing you what the politicians are saying, which ones are saying it, and you need to start doing something about it again. But the other thing is, again, I think the monsters can do a big thing right here and change a lot of this ridiculousness, and or at least not let the things that the IMF are doing, right? Look what they do, like the Argentina, right? Where they put them in a they hamstring them, man. Yep. Right? They tell them they can't use crypto, and it's just crazy. Or they're not going to get the $50 billion loan. That's what that country needed, a $50 billion loan. Look at ours. Look at that.
Well, crazy. I mean, we needed the loan too, or they thought we needed the loan of whatever, $6 trillion in the last 2 years. Yeah. So we loaned it to ourselves. We're just going to create the trillions that we would think we need, and that'll be it. I mean, Argentina can't do that for themselves, but apparently we can. So, I mean, it's silly though. It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, I can't call my credit card company and say, hey, just jack me up another 10 grand, would you? And I'm going to spend it as I want. That doesn't always work.
It is. Even though they ask me, what is your income? Because they do want to jack it up. There's sometimes they do want to jack it up.
Right.
Yep. Well, it's great. Just the whole thing. I remember when I went to school, college, after high school, went to college, but then knew it wasn't for me. I went in the Army. I was like, forget this craziness. But when you're first there, and there's all kinds of the tables set up, and they're giving these kids credit cards, man.
Sure.
It's a joke, right? And you know what they were doing? They're going out partying, man. Yeah. Man. I'll sign up for a credit card. But yes, look, Will, you're right. You burned $1 billion. I know. There's right, D-Ray, Tim, Momo. There's quite a few of those burning billions, man. So it is awesome. That's what we were doing with BHNY. That's a deflationary time. We'll never look like that. We'll never look like with all those buildings around Statue of Liberty. We burnt most of the tokens, right? That is cool. That's what I'm saying. A lot of this, you don't have to, rely on the failure of people and their greed or their corruption. You don't do that over here. And that's the beautiful thing. And that's why I think we can all get behind that and, build a better world, man. It's crazy. So we'll see.
Absolutely. So just to update everybody, there's no poker tonight.
No poker.
Right. Maybe we'll do that on Thursday. We'll see what we got going on. Maybe FOMO's adding more tomatoes or memes to the heckling crowd.
I like the emojis. Those are cool.
Yeah, they are cool. It does make it fun. So we'll get back there maybe on Thursday night. We'll be back tomorrow night on a Wednesday night program. Ray, when are we going to revive the Whale Tank Wednesdays?
Oh, that's right. We
should get some guests back on here.
Well, people reach out on Twitter. We should. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Just to mix it up a little bit and see what's happening outside the hive.
Yeah.
Just
Hey, I
because,
should tell D-Ray, and he's hopefully watching. But we were messing around with it was many months ago. I think it was the summer. But the Ether Mail team.
yeah, that's
and
right.
It was D-Ray that put that together, right? It was cool.
Mhm.
And they're doing very well, D-Ray, because I was just talking and looking at their project, and Ether Mail is pretty neat, man. They have made email where you get rewards for just
Send an
using
email.
yeah. Well, not just send it. There's all kinds. You can block how Yahoo gives you or Google gives you all those ads and all that. Same thing, like the Brave browser. You can let that stuff through. You can tell it what you're interested in, but you get rewarded. But I just wanted to tell D-Ray it's neat. Yeah, Ether Mail, man, because they're doing pretty good, man. And it's funny because they were wanting to work with the Beehive, right? It was they offered a lot cool stuff. So it's just neat to see because we get to talk to these teams, and it's very cool to see.
Well, we should have him back on.
I think so. I think that's a good idea.
I think that would be fun. So again, here it is, the link, decrypting-chaos. Go check that out. And of course, follow them on Twitter, their Twitter handles and everything. They run great spaces and the clicking parties. Very important. Great part of the hive.
Yeah, man. Right there.
So check them out. And then of course, one more time, www.themonster.club.
Got to use the W. You got to use the W.
That forwards over to the site.
Okay.
But yeah, save that, bookmark it, all that kind of stuff. When it upgrades, you'll have it right at your fingertips. But it's a cool thing. 11,000 plus monsters in the map. Check it out. Always good to do that and share it because the monsters are going to be big. So if you know somebody that wants a monster, make it happen.
Huge.
I think that's it, Ray.
Right on, man.
Good for me. Good for you.
Appreciate it.
All right, then. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Thanks. Like, share, and subscribe. Send your friends.
Yeah.